Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin capping off a four-day tour of the Persian Gulf with a grim warning, saying that Al-Qeada may make a comeback in Afghanistan. Here's what he said. Roll this and listen.
I think the whole community is kind of watching to see what happens and whether or not Al-Qeada has the ability to regenerate in Afghanistan. The nature of Al-Qeada and ISIS-K is that they will always attempt to find space to grow and regenerate, whether it's there, whether it's in Somalia, whether it's in any other ungoverned space. Bob, I think that's the nature of the organization.
That was yesterday, and today Victor Davis Hanson's with us, Hoover Institution Senior Fellow Professor of Military History. Thanks for being here, and good morning to you. Was he talking like that 3 months ago? Was Anthony Blinken talking that way 3 months ago? What do you recall?
Not at all. They were talking about the existential dangers of climate change and quote-unquote whiteness within the ranks. And we know now from conversations that Joe Biden had with the Afghan president that he was aware that this country was falling apart. And what's different now is that the Taliban is not only going to welcome in Al-Qeada or ISIS on the principle that while they hate each other, they both hate us, or all of them hate us far more than each other, but more importantly, they're confident, they're drunk on the fumes of victory, and they have a terrorist mart of 75, 85 billion dollars of weaponry to change, to barter, to invite people in to use. And I think this is really dangerous. I think they feel that this generation in the Pentagon is not the generation that 20 years ago defeated them. And by that I mean the manifestations of victory and control may be a pride flag at the embassy, it may be a gender studies program at the university, it may be murals of George Floyd. I wouldn't do that in a traditional Islamic society under occupation, but nevertheless, those are signs of confidence. But not when you're weak and not when you're losing the country. It's insane. And when the CENTCOM commander says the Taliban have the same agenda as us to get out quickly by August 31st, there's one caveat to that hypothesis. They want us to get out by August 31st in shame and defeat and humiliation. We don't share that agenda at all. So this idea of a soft Taliban or a kinder, gentler Taliban, I don't know if they really sincerely were that naive, or they thought they better say that as long as there's Americans there, or they're giving them some kind of payments to behave. But this Taliban has not changed. It's even more dangerous. It's drunk on victory.
I think back to 2014 when President Obama had the Rose Garden ceremony in which the Bo Bergdahl trade was announced, Bo Bergdahl coming home, and these 4 or 5 Taliban leaders that the Taliban had requested to be released in exchange for this. And the administration at the time said, you don't have to worry, we're going to make sure that there's no risk in the future. And yet 4 of those 5 are now actually in the government.
Yeah, they are. It's very dangerous when we have administrations that adopt this therapeutic mindset that the more magnanimity you show terrorists, they're going to reciprocate in kind rather than think that's weakness to be further exploited. And that's what they do. And unfortunately, Dan, we've got about 100 to 200, maybe more, we have no idea, of potential Bo Bergdahls all over that country that are going to start popping up on television, giving confessionals, forced confessionals, and either they're going to have to be overt about it or we're going to have to keep giving money under the table to bring them home, and I think we're probably going to end up doing that if we're not doing it already. The idea that somebody would say, well, they gave us $85 billion worth of training and weapons to the National Army that we've expropriated, that should be enough. That's only made them, it didn't satiate them, that's made them greedier for American largesse.
Yeah, so true. Victor, it's great to see you. We hope you come back soon, Victor Davis Hanson, and maybe get some reflections from you also as we go into the weekend very soon as well.
Thank you.
EDH, thanks, in California today.
Thank you.